Hi, I'm Wesley from Beyond the Youth Mental Health Charity, and today I'm joined by two of our champions, Kate and Paddy, to talk about digital citizenship. How can we use tech in an ethical and responsible way? Thanks to Votes for School and FlipGen for partnering with us on this important matter. So thanks to you guys for joining me today. Each one of these envelopes are results to a poll carried out by Votes for Schools on different aspects of digital citizenship. And we're going to try and guess the results of the survey. Our first question is, what percentage of students you think adults are not equipped with to teach them about the online world? What do you guys think?
I reckon around 60%.
I'm going to go with around 62.
I was thinking about more of 40%. So, the answer to our first question is 75% of the students voted that adults are not equipped to teach them about the online world. That's quite interesting because from my perspective of it, I have a sister, she's 7. Since the first time she's touched the online world, she always comes to either me or my mom to fact check it, and that's something that reassures me.
I know in our house, my mum doesn't really know how to use her phone, full stop. So my brother's just 2 years younger than me, so he's 16. If anything, I go to him to ask if I have a question because he is much more up to date with technology than I am.
I think it's really worrying given that tech is kind of everywhere and young people don't think they can rely on their kind of adults to learn. Where else are they going to learn about tech? Where are they going to learn about how to stay safe online? All these kinds of things, if not from adults in their lives. They might learn it from peers or might learn it from online sources that aren't necessarily reliable.
Do you think that the younger generation knowing more than the adults is a wise decision?
I think it's so hard because if they know how to use tech to their advantage in a healthy way, they're really crucial life skills. When I look back at my childhood, I loved playing with toys and with my siblings and my friends. It wasn't about tech, and I do fear that the way society is shaping is that when a toddler cries, you hand them an iPad, not a toy to play with, and that just kind of progresses as the child grows up.
Me, as a kid, I used to go out, run around, play with friends. I used to be so much more sociable, I want to say, but since I've got my first iPhone or my first smartphone, I would say that I've become more shy to speak to strangers, and that's a pattern that you can see on those who don't have much access to technology would tend to be more sociable and friendly opposed to those who get a smartphone or get in contact with technology at a very young age.
It scares me that a lot of young people probably do know more than older people in their lives about technology, because as we're developing, you look to your parents for kind of boundaries and you learn rights and wrongs, what you can do, can't do, should do, shouldn't do. I think it's always more negative if young people, especially under the age of 13, 14, are teaching their parents about things.
Our next question is, what percentage of students voted that autoplay should not be switched off?
I think it is probably around 66%, so around 2/3.
I'm going to take a shot even higher. I would say around 80%.
So I would say around 75. The answer to the question is 79% of students voted that autoplay should not be switched off.
I'm not surprised. I mean, it's along the lines of what we all guessed.
Autoplay is once you finish watching a YouTube video or a short, the next one will just continuously play until you manually stop it. This has the effect of keeping you on these platforms longer because your attention is grabbed by the next video, but also some of the videos shown, they're kind of harmful. You kind of go straight from one into the next to the next, so you don't have that time to have that silence really to think, do I really want to stay on here? Do I want to watch another one?
I can see how it would be negative for that, because even if you have a really positive feed that's giving you really insightful things, if it automatically goes on to the next video, you can't stop, think, consider what you might have learned from it. You can't reflect upon it. One of my favourite things to do is like put a movie or series on and bake, and it would be so inconvenient if I had my hands in, like, I don't know, shortbread mix, butter and sugar, and I had to wash them to go to the TV remote to press play next episode.
So would you say that autoplay can be beneficial depending on the length of the content?
I think it's beneficial if you're the type of person that's conscious of how much screen time you're using.
In terms of like longer form, you're less likely to be addicted unless you're binge watching. And also a lot of the kind of TV streaming, they have like 20 seconds to where you have to go for the road anyway, or so you have that choice. Something that I like to do if I'm scrolling and I can feel myself autoplay, I like to try and think of what the video was 3 videos ago. And then if I can't think of it, if I can't remember what it was, or can't remember 2 videos ago, 3 videos ago, what I've learned, then I realise that I'm kind of in that spiral and I need to get out.
Yeah, really good way to do it.
Our next question and final is, what percentage of students voted that they don't want their room to be a tech-free zone?
I think 95%.
I think I'd go maybe 85%.
Oh, I was going to say 95. So the answer to our final question is 95% of students voted that they do not wish the room to be tech-free.
That 95% is probably the same across the board for the majority of adults now as well, who have smartphones. Yeah, I can't imagine not having technology in my room.
Yeah, even if it's just as simple as for an alarm in the morning, like
yeah.
it's tech that's driving that from the majority of our age
Yeah.
group. I don't know many people that have got an old-fashioned alarm clock.
Yeah, that's a really great point, because I'd not thought of that, and even like smart speakers
Yeah,
are
just for
everywhere.
music, yeah.
And alarms now, smart speaker alarms.
Personally, I can't go do anything around the house if I don't have music playing on. I feel like I'm way more productive with it. So having my own space without any music, it's the end of the world for me personally. So
I'm at university now, like my room is the only space I've got that's mine. Like where else would I put my phone and my laptop? Like it's going to be in my bedroom, because my bedroom is the only room I have to live in for the whole months of time I'm at uni.
many of the children, they have like a laptop or something they have to do research on, or,
Yeah.
and maybe somewhere else in the house might be too loud that they can't concentrate.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, because I was thinking of it just in terms of going to bed, but actually to do homework now, to check timetables, you need your phone and you need a computer.
You know, there could be like 50% of those people that they want their phones in their bedroom so that they can FaceTime their grandparents, their friends, so that they can put a meditation on while they go to sleep. Yeah, I think we instantly kind of go, red flag, that's so negative, no, don't want your phone in your room, like you'll never get off of it, kind of thing. Whereas actually, if we just accept that phones and other devices are just part of society and they're just going to be with you wherever you go, there's no kind of negative label attached to it. It removes that kind of rebellious side of like, I'm not supposed to, but I'm going to have it in my room anyhow, kind of.
Yeah, and I think it comes back to education as well, doesn't it? If you have your phone but you don't have any education, or you don't learn how to have a positive relationship with it, it's not going to end well. But if you can use your phone and have your phone with your eyes open and understand how to form that positive relationship and how to stay safe online, we're quite quick to label technology as either really good or really bad, and completely good or completely bad, but actually there is balance and there is so many positives that we can get from technology, but also so many negatives, and it's how we can enhance the positives while reducing the negatives. And it's all about that balance and understanding and having a debate around how we can best use technology for good.
Before we wrap up, we got some quick fire questions. Is age verification in social media useful or pointless?
Useful.
Useful.
Do you prefer smartphone or a feature phone?
Smartphone.
Smartphone.
Would you rather explore page or explore outside?
Outside.
Page.
Do you prefer a public account or a private account?
Private.
Private.
Would you rather choose what you see or let the algorithm decide?
Choose.
Choose.
Digital detox for a week or always on your smartphone?
Always on my smartphone.
Digital detox for a week.
Strong passwords you forget after a week or weak passwords you remember?
Weak passwords I remember.
Strong passwords that I remember.
School teaching digital citizenship or banning tech?
School teaching digital citizenship.
School teaching, definitely.
Should social media be banned?
No.
No. That was so tricky. Some of them, it's like you want to answer both. If we choose the feed, we know we're not going to see anything we don't want to see. But if we don't get a choice and it decides, you can like broaden your horizons. There's so many things that you might not know existed, pieces of information that you didn't know, songs that you didn't know existed, like that you'd never get to know if you chose them because your choice is so narrow, whereas the algorithm's choice is so broad.
I think that's a battle that we all face, isn't it, between the algorithms and all of these kind of things are there for a reason. They're there because they do make our experience more addictive and we want to go back to them. And it's that battle between do we do what's best for us, like that we know probably in the long term, versus what's good for now and scrolling like digital detox for a week or using your phone full time. I'd much rather be able to say digital detox for a week, but I just know myself that that is not possible and that everything in my life is so focused on my phone. I wish that I could put my phone away, but I know that isn't the case. And even like private versus public profiles, I wish that I chose private because I want private. I'm kind of pushed into having public profiles, but I think that comes to the heart of a lot of these questions, practically all of them. There is that middle ground where we can, maybe not digital detox for a week, but we can have say a Sunday, we don't go on social media, or algorithms can form part of what we see, but within the framework that we choose. So I think there is that nuance and there is that grey in the middle of the black and white.
Mm-hmm. So that's all we have time for today. I think that tech can be brilliant, but we also have to be conscious that we have to use it in a healthy and safe way. Thanks to you guys for joining me today.
Thank you.
And for Votes for Schools and FlipGen for partnering with us. You can find out more about their work by checking on their websites. If you need more advice, take a look at flipgen.com or commonsensemedia.org.
Bye.